Well, welcome to the channel. This is Cinemazilla, where we review good movies or bad movies to see if you're wasting your money or you're not. And today we're going to be reviewing The Witches of 2020. Now, The Witches, to give you a little backstory, is a fairy tale written by Roald Dahl. Roald Dahl was the author of many famous fairy tales like James and the Giant Peach, The Big Friendly Giant, Charlie and Chocolate Factory, Matilda, and The Witches was one of them. I can't say I was the biggest fan because I thought this story was quite creepy at the time, and I did see the 1990 version, which gave me nightmares, and I was like, damn, looking back, the aesthetics, the effects was just so on point. With Angelica Houston on the role as the Grand High Witch, it's beautiful. You gotta check it out for yourself. This is what movies are meant to be. And I was thinking, can 2020, The Witches, match up to this? Can they bring something better to the table? Can they breathe new life into this film, to this tale? Unfortunately, I can't say that they did. With Anne Hathaway, Octavia Spencer, and Stanley Tucci in this movie, I really don't understand why this movie is soulless. This movie is slapstick all around, and it's not even good slapstick. They have horrible comedic timing. Let's talk about it. Octavia Spencer was quite excellent in her role. I enjoyed her performance as the lovable grandma. She spouts exposition about the witches like in the book, but it doesn't feel forced in any sort of way. You're pretty much watching this movie just for her performance alone. And I can't say the same for our main star, Anne Hathaway. The way of the Anne Hathaway. You probably don't want to follow this way because her performance is slapstick, garbage humor, garbage inconsistent accent, and stupid ass powers that she also forgets about. So when I'm talking about the inconsistent accent, she has like this really strong accent throughout the whole movie, and then there's this one part where she's flying around, and all the witches are praising her, and she's like, thank you, and then she says shut up, like in her own accent, and I'm just like, what's going on here? Like, do you have an accent or not? What? Huh? Also, Anne Hathaway looks like the creature from Splice. If you've seen Splice, you know what I'm talking about. The creature that has like the bald head and she has like the little claws and shit. She looks exactly like that. I can't unsee it. That's not a good design to have. It's ridiculous. There's also another scene where she enlarges her nostrils to like smell out kids, because apparently, like the witches, kids smell like dog food, right? So in the beginning of the scene, the kid's hiding under a table. She like sniffs and like that, right? And she still can't pinpoint that the kid is right underneath her. Okay, whatever. But then there's another scene where she's like getting a good whiff of that cocaine, you know what I'm saying? And you literally see her nostrils like enlarge and shit. I'm like, what's the point of enlarging your nostrils if you can't pinpoint where the kid is? Like, if you have enhanced smelling abilities, you should be able to just smell him right away. He's under the stage, boom, there you go. You don't have to keep on sniffing the stage with your large ass fucking nostrils that's comedically funny. And he's not even there. She flips over the stage and you still can't smell him. It's ridiculous. Who's writing this shit? So, being the Grand High Witch that Anne Hathaway is, she has this ability to vaporize one of the witches, right? For some reason, she doesn't use this ability, like at all. She uses it to vaporize the witch, and she doesn't use this ability ever again. Would be a good ability to use it when you turn the kids to mice. Am I wrong? Turn the kids to mice, boom, vaporize. There you go. Movie over. And at the last scene, where she confronts Octavia Spencer's character, she enters the room, and she uses her long, slender man arms to like catch her and shit, and it's so suspenseful because her arms are moving at the pace of a fucking snail. But I'm just like, just fly up, vaporize her, movie over. Not mentioning that the CGI is a shit job. Like, you have to be pretty bad at your job if you can't even CGI a cat or mouse properly. Like, you can really see that the effects are just not up to snuff. They're completely fake. It looks like the CGI face of Superman, where you can obviously tell that it's not really there. Could they not train a cat to do any of the things that happened in this movie? I felt like they can't. I mean, the mouse, I get it. They have to be like running all around, talking and shit. That I get. But the cat, The cat doesn't fucking talk. Just train a cat to do everything that this movie provided. I don't get it. Were they too lazy? Was there not in their budget to afford a fucking cat? What the fuck? Speaking of terrible CGI, I can see why she was called the Grand High Witch, with the way she looks like an evil, drugged up, Courage the Cowardly Dog villain when she just turned into a rat. Like seriously, with how big her nostrils are, that cocaine must be smelling real good. Also, I hate it when they do this in movies. Octavia Spencer, as a kid, saw Anne Hathaway as a witch, turn her friend into like a chicken or something. Grand High Witch actually recognizes her as an adult. And I'm just like, wait, what? How is that possible? Okay, so you can argue the fact that, oh, you know, she can smell her, she has the same scent and all that. That wasn't implied in the movie at all. Not at all. She just recognizes her. I was like, oh, you're the one with the pigtails, right? They look like completely two different people. Like, if you look at the kid of Octavia Spencer's character, and then you look at her as an adult, nothing alike. Overall, I think this movie is forgettable and pretty stupid. But if you like slapstick comedy, if you can even call it comedy, then by all means, go ahead. You might enjoy it more than me. But if you like Anne Hathaway, this is probably not her best performance in this. You're probably better off watching something else. And so, this is a very short review, and I'll be coming back with a longer review. Thank you for watching CinemaZilla for this review. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you next time.